Hey guys, Matt Sneyd again. We're just checking in on the property in East Millcreek on Craig Drive. This one's been going a little bit slower than we'd hoped, but we had a bigger issue here that kind of got a little bigger as we delve into it, which as most of you know, if you've ever done rehab, that will happen. But the main thing here was to get it fixed properly, made sure we do it right. And we actually got lucky that there's some people in the neighborhood that saw we've been working on it. They've approached us and it looks like they want to buy it as is. We're kind of holding off to show them the property and walk them through until we have all the work done that we're going to do as far as just as an as-is sale, because mentally we don't want them to have a bad picture of what the home was compared to how we had it. But even though it wasn't that bad, we just want to make sure we always provide a good product to people. So let's cruise through. This will be a quick walkthrough, but we'll walk through how we found out what the problem was and how we solved it, so that we can make sure we're providing good products to people. So in here, you probably won't see, to the eye it doesn't look like there's much of a change, but we actually have all new doors here, and the reason for that is because we had two areas that were leaking downstairs. And they were coming in through these doorways, from this doorway here and from the other doorway there. And as the water, since there was water coming up against this wall on the exterior wall, it was coming in and there was not a good threshold along this way. So we tore this all out, rebuilt the threshold, and then waterproofed the whole edge of this side of the house, and also a waterproof edge on the outside. So we re-sheetrocked all around it, as you can see, and have brand new doors in here that look similar to what was here. But if we take a look outside, and it's actually good because it was raining yesterday, so it looks like our system's working really well. But you can take a look and see this tile right here went all the way up and butted up against here. What we've done is we have actually created a small up-ramping, and this is all waterproof, so that water pools down here. And then we have 3 drainage points that we've created. So there's a drain here, and a drain down by the other end. So now water is draining into these and then diverts out away from the property underneath. Before, water was getting trapped up against this side because there actually is a slight negative slope into the home, and was getting against it and then just slowly dripping in, so you're getting water damage inside. We've left this so that this waterproofing, someone can put Trex deck over top of it. They can retile this and do whatever they want once someone comes in and buys this home. But we've now made it waterproof, so that in a fashion where they can do what they want with it. But at least we've solved the issue to the best of our knowledge. After tearing into everything, we've figured out why it's doing that. So it's a minor fix. It looks minor, but it actually took about a month to get it all figured out and make sure we do the right thing and tear out what we had to tear out downstairs. So we'll go take a look downstairs, or actually at the other door too, real quickly, and see over there. Let's go this way. So as you can see in the rest of the house, in the first video, we didn't know what we were going to do with this house, but we're probably going to leave all this. We're not going to touch it. We're going to sell it pretty much as is, just solving the water issues. So all this looks the same, except for what was affected by the water. So right here, we're at a point, where we've mudded in a lot of this, and there's a new door here as well. You can see that we've ramped it up a couple of inches where this was flush before. Now, my foot can pretty much fit underneath there. We've had to pull these tiles up, and then we're gonna re-tile it. We had to replace the subfloor here because it had water damage and it was deteriorating. But we have the same system outside, drainage system, that's helping. And you can see it's working because there's pooling of water, but it's all sitting there and going down the drains. So we had to pull this subfloor up. You can see this new tile that we're going to put down is close to what we have here, but we're never going to find the exact same tile. So we're going to just kind of break this up as almost a landing area, and we're going to do a diamond shape with maybe a trim piece around it, so it looks like it's meant to do that. Likely whoever buys this home, the person that's going to come in is going to remodel this whole thing to their own liking. So it's, but we have to, just for peace of mind and that visual aspect, we're going to finish this off again. More than likely, a week after we finish it, they're going to come in and tear it out after they close. But that's just our way of doing it. Right here, you can kind of see these black trim pieces that we're going to put around probably the edge, and then do these bigger diamond pieces in there. So let's head downstairs and take a look at what we did down there. Okay, so we're downstairs. As you can see, we got all new sheetrock. All this was all water damage throughout here, and all water damage there. The reason it took so long is as we took the sheetrock off, there was plywood underneath, and a lot of the wood was damaged that we had to get rid of the insulation, new insulation up, and all new plywood along the back edge of this to get it all. So it was one, it was structurally there, and two, get rid of all the mold potential that could come back up. So we got rid of all that, we covered it all up again, we decontaminated the mold. We got rid of all the carpet down here because there's potential for mold spores to be in that too, so it's all gone. We're actually going to put new pad down, but we're not going to do carpet, we're just going to put pad so it feels a little bit more warm and everything down here. But since we have to repaint a lot of this, we're actually going to repaint this whole bottom floor. And this is a bad color in this room anyway, so it's actually good that we're going to be painting it. Let's take a peek at the drainage system that we built from underneath to solve these issues. So obviously up here you can see there was some slight water damage under the deck of where it was leaking, and that's what gave us our first indication of why and how it was leaking. So we have these drainage points built in. It ties into our rain gutter system that then drains out to the creek over here. Same thing on this end down here. We have two drainage points that tie in and then drain over away from the home down there. So just, you know, something that had to be done. Not too happy about how much it costs, but that's kind of just how it goes. Let's go take a peek in the bedroom here as well. Here we had the movie screen that had trimmed, so we just got rid of it. We're just gonna make it a flat wall because it was kind of ugly. And then down here as well, there was some leaking. This is exactly where the other doorway upstairs was and where it's leaking. So once we fixed it all, we tested it, we replaced everything, all the water damage, covered it back up, and we're going to paint this whole basement. So this home had some more stuff come up that was not expected, but that's just kind of how it goes. Okay, so we're upstairs, and one other thing we wanted to do is these kids' bedrooms upstairs. There's 4 of them. 2 with Jack and Jill's and another 2 with Jack and Jill. So what we decided to do is it was really crappy chair rail put around here that I literally just pulled off with my hands, and it looks like the paint job was done by the kids as well. So same thing up here. You can see the craftsmanship on this crown that put up is just horrible. So we're just ripping the crown off and just gonna paint these 2 bedrooms, or these 4 bedrooms, just to make it feel better. You know, when we're wholetailing this house is what we call it. We're gonna wholesale it at a wholesale price to a retail buyer, which is actually higher than a wholesale price, but in a retail buyer's mind, it's a wholesale price. And because of that, we're gonna save time and money. You know, if we were to remodel this thing and spend 3 months on it, put 80 grand into it, yeah, there might be 100 grand of profit in it. But if I can make 30 grand in a month or 2, I'd much rather do that. So that's what we're doing on this project, just fixing the very necessary stuff. So just wanted to point that out as well. The other thing that you can kind of catch a glimpse of as far as just fixing the minor issues is you can kind of see we have a lot of carpet. We re-stretched all this carpet because it was kind of old, and even though we're keeping it, it's older and it'll probably be replaced, but it goes along the same lines. We spend a couple $100 and re-stretch it, so it looks decent. Yeah, and now there's not the waves in it and everything. We'll get it cleaned and steam cleaned, and it will be good to go and look decent. You know, we just got to get an overall feel so that when a buyer walks in here, our potential buyer that we already know likes the house, so that they're not going to get any bad feelings, like mostly about the structure. So that they're not like, ooh, like this just looks like it was poorly taken care of. You know, if they came in here when the carpet was flipped up and, you know, unsheetrocked or walls torn down or whatever and not painted and ugly colors, we don't want too many things that are going to turn them off, and we want them to feel like they're getting a good product. That way they can come in and do their own stuff and buy it from us and do their own thing to it. So one other thing as far as, you know, one tip for wholetailing, this is what we're doing on this home. So one more water issue, you know, just one after the other. This is just one of those houses. Sump pump broke, water's pooling. We have luckily a drain that's draining some of it, and it's not too bad, but we'll have a sump pump guy in here to replace that and get this water out here. So it's not in the foundation, it's not doing anything right now that's harm. but it is something that we have to get fixed right away so that we don't have any more water damage. This is just kind of the water damage house for us, but we're gonna get it all fixed and hopefully sell this without having to do too much work to it and be in and out of it in 2 months. So check back in once we're all finished and painted and hopefully sold, and I'll let you guys know what it sold for and what our profit is on it.